Here I go again. I hope you can hear me okay. I had a little issue. I forget you can't use Safari. Got to go to Chrome. So we are here now. Everybody find me on Facebook. Come and join me for the live healing painting with Katherine Skaggs. I am in my studio and I'm going to wait a minute and see if everybody gets in here. To do this, I want to see you now. Otherwise, we're going to figure out another way to do this. Come on in, everybody. It's live painting now. There you are. Thank you for finding me. It's a little technical challenge even after doing this again today. All right, as you'll see, I've got my canvas, and we are in need of big healing, just as I said earlier in the Mythical Goddess Tarot reading. So right now, I have lit some sage, and I'm going to offer that up to everyone, that this is a healing ceremony. Sacred art is a natural way to open an energy portal, to connect your heart to the activity. This, whether it be music or dance, any form of creativity, drawing, painting, this is a fabulous place to shift energy, to bring in color, light, symbol, and to absolutely work with alchemy. So I invite all of you to open your hearts, to set your focus and intention on healing and on receiving. As every color comes in, I am interpreting frequency and I'm interpreting energy. And I'll bring it through with the channeling as well as the color and the light. So I'll bring language, words, guidance. So here's some sage for you. Call in the clearing, call in the energy. Let's see what wants to come in. I've already been connecting today through what I call the emerald ray. And it's this green heart medicine. I've been feeling the Ascended Master Hilarion, and I know that we've got incredible support here to shapeshift our reality. All right, let me grab what I need. Doesn't take much for me to connect. I've done this a lot. Biggest way to connect is through your intention. So set your intentions now to open, to receive, to be a part of an exponential healing, personally, for your family, for your community, and for this world at large. Humanity is going through incredible birth pains. So may we be the midwives of beautiful light and love. And I hope my dogs don't do too much barking as we go on here today. And I feel the emerald green ray coming in. I'm getting the guidance right now to connect to the energies of violets and purples as a base, to bring in the violet flame, to bring in energy that helps shape shift and transmute. You'll notice I am very free. I'm not going to get really down into the nitty-gritty of drawing anything yet. We're bringing in energy. And being such an intuitive crowd that you are, you may well feel the frequency. You may feel the shift as you observe. Allow all those spidey psychic senses of you to open, to trust that you are experiencing this firsthand healing. And as the violet comes in, I know that this energy is coming right into our heart spaces. It's coming down from the heavens, so to speak, to open up a doorway of illumination. And the violet energy, if you're aware of Saint Germain or the violet flame meditation, which I did post one on my on my Facebook page recently, this is a place to transmute the lower energies that we've been struggling with as a species. So I want you to imagine that part of this is not only those lower energies, but we are bringing in a violet lotus energy. The lotus is a symbol of awakening, of the lotus coming out of the mud, which we are desperately working on doing. And that lotus emerges from the mud, the most beautiful flower. It is a symbol of enlightenment. So know that is actually our foundation as a soul, as a species waking up. All of you light workers have been preparing for this your whole life, to be able to anchor in the light through your experience, to love and offer that to another, and to be the center of illumination by having a body to ground that into this dimension, into this world that so desperately wants to wake up. You'll notice too that in the center here, there's what I call opening a portal, a mandorla. It's this oval almond shape. It's like a third eye, that's just great big space here. I would imagine, knowing how I love to bring in energies, that there will be a guide, a being of light who's here to emerge. We have many masters with us, and they've always been with us, and they're showing themselves to more and more of us who are aware, who've been working lifetime to open our intuition, our spidey senses, as I like to call them. And right now there's Pleiadians, there's Syrians, there's beings from many, many star systems and galaxies who, for one, incarnated in human form on this earth, that you might call them a hybrid human experience on the planet, but also in the higher dimensions. They're peeking through the veil at us, supporting us now to help us to wake up a species. It's a very exciting time in the galaxy and through the star systems, for just as any birth can be dangerous, they've known that this timeline for humans has been one to awaken, to get beyond the duality that we experience, and actually to remember our own divinity, so that we might be in greater joy, that we might be able to look at one another and know that we are not separate or different from the terms of prejudice, but that we are heart connected, that we all have come from the source, no matter where we inhabit this earth or the solar system. So let these energies bathe you as they come in abstractly, to bring in symbol and story, to help your soul remember. The true healing here is to remember that you are divine, to remember that you are more than human, to remember that you are guided. When I teach, I like to remind everyone that we actually have a fabulous GPS device, a spiritual GPS device that we've hidden in our hearts. We came in to play a game of hide and seek, see if we could remember that we are soul and not just human conscious mind with a body, but that we're amazingly aware at some other multidimensional level, where we are dreaming ourselves in this universe, in this reality, in this story. So this energy coming in is to help us to wake up in the dream. It's to help us remember that we are absolutely blessed, and that we can tap that and move beyond the fears that are arising, to be cleaned out of our hearts, to be cleaned out of our perceptions, so that we can return to love, because that is our true nature. So let's see who this is coming in. Cosmic Soul Guide, one who's very old and wise, who's also been through this process and wants you to know your birthing, your deathing, your birthing, your awakening is an absolute gift, as are you in every way you can imagine, beyond anything you can imagine. You are a gift. Having a body and a life is an incredible gift, even in such a wild time that we are. This is kind of like the Wild West right now, they tell me. That Imagine what it's like to embark across an ocean to come to this country from somewhere else, as many still do. Imagine what it was like to head west when there was no civilization as many knew. Imagine what it's like to just go into unknown territories. And that's a little bit like the awakening of the soul. So that we've sparked out on a grand adventure. If you can see this okay. These violet tones are now bringing in blues. Don't be surprised if a lot of different beings show up here today, whether it be through words or be through imagery. Imagine this is guidance for our souls to remember to put ourselves back together again. The energy is also genderless, if you can imagine, transcendent of having a body that is distinguished by male or female. That at times I may feel more one than another, but this evolution of our own soul selves is to tap into our feminine as well as our masculine energies and be transcendent of just our sexuality or our identity with a particular way of being. For our souls, truly are genderless. They are not one or the other, but in this dimension here, we experience that. This entity coming in is experience in what we are about, and is a midwife. I want to say she, even though I just said what I did about male and female energy. There's a great deal of benevolence and compassion. And just reiterating the importance of being compassionate, of being, I'm going to get that closer for y'all, being kind-hearted, compassionate, and stepping aside from judgment. You feel like you want to judge another or your own actions. It's an absolute place to call for compassion, to call for a place of healing, to allow yourself to shift out. When judgment comes up, separation, anger, it is really telling you that there is a pain, there is some soul pain, human pain that's speaking up to be cleaned out. So be kind to yourself in this process and know that when strong emotion comes up, that there is the opportunity to actually release stuck energy and to awaken a voice of a greater love, greater compassion. There goes the dogs. We got a lot of dogs in our neighborhood speaking right now. It's all right. So Sophie says hello. She's making her voice known, as many of us need to make our voices known. The eyes and the heart of the soul is here to penetrate illusion. She is here to birth you in your language that you have for yourself, that you have toward others, into a greater sense of compassion. She can see clearly, Sophia has a big voice, guys. She can see clearly through the illusion of the density on this planet and is offering incredible kindness and compassion that I can feel. So all you intuitives, see if you can tap into this energy of compassion with her. Imagine bringing it into your heart spaces, each and every one of you. A giant hug of midwife holding you through a death and a birth to reassure you that you have everything you need to move through any instinctual fear centers. I apologize for my papa. And to connect you to the higher dimensions that are flowing light right now into this world. Your crown may become full of feathers. It's a symbol of enlightenment. It's a symbol of clarity of consciousness. It's a symbol of connection to divinity. It's a symbol of the lotus being opened in the crown. And with every stroke, know that this is being sent into your own energy bodies, that this is being sent into your field of light, into your consciousness, so that you can catch this energy and that you can transcend intellectual understanding of it, but to move into the pure vibrational receptivity of it. I had a very dear teacher of mine once tell me that you couldn't teach anyone. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're a great teacher. And he said to me, well, you really can't teach anyone. They have to catch it when they're ready. So this is moving into your field to help you catch the greatest depths of understanding and awareness from this entity, from this light being who's penetrating the field of light here with complete knowing. This is about getting beyond belief. Do not believe me because I said so. This is about having your own experience of awakening, of compassion, of love, and of truth. Get beyond the sheep mentality and move into the place of pure receptivity to light, to knowing, to awareness, to love. And that's this energy coming in. You can feel the star language coming in. I hear it. So not only do I translate through imagery, but I feel and sense the sound of the songs that the angels and the divine beings of light are sending us. And they, in the traditions I've studied with shamanically, they tell you that you were born as a song. You are a vibration. Right now, the song taking place on our planet is one of needing great help. It's a lot of beauty along with a lot of fearful cries. So the song coming in from this beautiful being is to help us restore our song of love, our song of knowing. The song a mother sings to a child when she's born, or a father. That song is radiating right now beyond the fear cries. So if you will allow me, I'd like to bring some of that energy medicine in for you through this being's guidance, that the sounds that I make are healing sounds, song sounds, to bring in light, to bring in awareness, and to get beyond our intellect to truly receive. Yakona e ano e kanona nena. Yakona e ne yanto ne tena. Yando e ne ashoe. Bene kando shite ne yano e. Mano shane he canto stene ai we a ko ane anea ia kone ia ko we ia shona no Nawenehi Sheba Ikantoiste Nikote Nihitara Techtanuteya Pilikina no Dai Nikanda Nesti Nikotayasta Uashe Hinehilano Shanehina Tene Beleki Ninaishto no Nehia Behikontai Nehia Shotanahia Cha. This one, I hope you can see this, so I'll get a better picture to you when it's done. She is, I feel more feminine influence coming through in this moment. That brings in this priestess type energy, one who is of service, to bring in the light, to hold the truth, shine this energy that allows you to catch it, to sing you songs in your sleep and in your waking states, from your heavenly selves to your earthly selves. Earlier when I did the reading, I am being reminded of this part where Lakshmi came in, this Hindu goddess of heaven and earth, and she is reminding us that all is given. So again, I am being reminded as this beautiful being comes in that all is given. No matter the appearances of things, all is given that is needed. So let's turn our focus to potential and possibility and opening our hands and our hearts to move into a full state of receptivity, that the divine feminine energies coming to the planet are here for all of us, male and female. They are here to bring heaven to earth, to reset our energy bodies and our lives to that of cooperation, to that of illumination, to that of community, to that of living together, truly learning how to live on earth as one species and not all these different peoples, that we are truly together whether we believe it or not, that we have one mission, and that's to love, to truly learn how to love more deeply, to love more powerfully, to find out what it just might be like to be accepted unconditionally, to love others unconditionally. So all our great religions and all our great teachers along the way have been trying to get this into our awareness, into our consciousness, into our experience. So we need each other, folks. We have lots of helpers from the heavenly worlds, lots of helpers. So this being here works with these beautiful turquoise energies and violets energies to help bring these medicines of vibration to us, to calm us, to bring us back into peace, to assist us in trusting our pathways, to assist us in trusting the energies of love to guide us. So, trying to hear her name, I hear the sounds of more of the star language. So I'm trying to bring an interpretation of how we might call her energies out into something we might be able to translate, at least in English, through Catherine's language of English, many of you. As I ask, I hear an energy that is reflective of, sounds like Mona. But as I say that inwardly to myself, I hear more as like mother. And I don't know the meaning of the language of Mona in terms of its symbology. But this is definitely a mother being who brings in healing light. She brings in compassion to hold us, through fear and fright. She brings in medicines of the heart that will continue to move into the painting as I bring these various colors and layers in. She's actively working with each one of you, watching, and to all who are connected to this portal. So even if you're not here during the live painting, I'm speaking to the people who will join us in the future to watch this. Don't you love it? There are no real timelines except in our earthly linear reality. So she is bringing this energy to all who are needed. I'd like to tell you a little bit of a story as I bring her in. I keep being brought attention to it. So many moons ago, back in the 2003 or so, I left a corporate job, which is another thing that I'm not going to talk about right now, but I had returned to a world that was familiar and comfortable to me, and that was that of owning a metaphysical store. And I hadn't painted for 5 years, and I have to thank Shiloh Sophia McLeod for getting me to paint again. She came for our opening, and she saw some art, and she'd asked me if I was painting, and I said no. And so she said, I came for you, which I thought, how cool is that? And so she did a little meditation, got me painting again. Thank you, Shiloh. And once I began, the divine feminine images of goddesses and Madonna and Child began to come through me. And I was still working the store at that time, and I kept feeling Mother Mary. For 3 days I felt her. And I kept thinking every night, oh, I'll go home and I'll sit down and paint her. Well, that never happened. I'd go home and I'd fall in bed. And so on the third night, after I'd fallen in bed, I was woken up in the middle of the night. Mother Mary was there. She's like transmitting to me telepathically. And I was hearing her, feeling her, knew exactly what she wanted. And she's like, go get in your studio. And at the time, I always had a bedroom I set up to work out of, and it's my studio. So I'm like, okay. And she said, go get the biggest canvas you have. I'm like, okay. And I proceeded to be in conversation with her all night long. And the biggest canvas I had at the time was 3 foot by 4 foot. And she directed me to bring in this image of her that I later called Textures of Mary. It was a canvas I'd put texture on, but I had no idea what I was going to do with it. It had been sitting there for quite a while. So as I began working on it, I knew exactly what to do. And her transmission, her guidance was that it was really important to bring through sacred art these images of the divine for everyone, because they transcended words. There are times that people cannot read or see or hear the language, but they can see the painting, they can see the sacred imagery, and they can receive the blessings. Their hearts will open just because the painting is actually a doorway or a portal. So she began to send me energy that I called the painting, but it was a door that was opening that I could connect to personally, as well as know that there was a great purpose and there was language and there was guidance. So the next day I took it to my store, and the funny thing is I never sold anything in my store that was mine. I was never called to. I hadn't sold a painting in 20 years. I hadn't tried. And so as she hung, I worked in the back room. And in the back room, they came to get me in the afternoon and said, there's a lady here who'd like to talk about purchasing this painting. And I thought, wow, I don't even think she's done yet. So I went out and spoke to her, and she channels Mother Mary through her writing. And I'm like, cool. So you get it. I said, well, I only speak to her, I only channel my answers too, pretty much. So I'm going to go home and sit with her, and I'll ask if I can sell the painting. She's like, great. So I went home and inwardly I heard yes, I could sell the painting. I'm like, great. Well, as the story goes, I sold my first painting in 20 years for way more than I'd originally sold a painting for. But the point is not that. The point is that these beings are alive and well. They exist on the interdimensional levels, and they reveal themselves to us in various ways through our hope, our desires, our quiet time, our art, our story. And it's important for us to connect. If you are absolutely vibrating with this painting and with any of the images, I encourage you to open your heart and imagine that Madre here is sending you lots of light, that she is sending you all the energy you need right now for support, to bring healing and illumination, and to help transmute this fear on earth so that we might actually open up to bring heaven on earth right here through our experience. I want to make sure you can see who's coming through here. Not sure I can see what's happening over here on all you folks, but if anyone has any questions, I would say I'll try to read them, but I am so not sure that that is even possible from where I'm sitting right now. This mama energy says hello. She says, return to the earth and all her blessings. Keep your focus on heaven and earth and look for heaven on this planet right now. Look for it in your neighbor. Look in the mirror. See the truth of who you are. Look for your beauty. Look for yourself to be the blessing, to look for your gifts. Look for the blessings in your neighbors and in the pure, transformative times we are in. Look for hope. Be the hope. Be the kindness. Inwardly, I sense that she says to put your hand on your hearts right now. It's going to send you each vibrations, song energies, to clear fear, to drop that vibration out of your own body, to help move it out of your consciousness, out of your human lower ear instinctual center. So open to your imagination, open to your senses, and put your attention on your breath. Take a nice deep breath and imagine you're breathing in pure light, golden light. And then imagine the bottom of your feet opening and releasing any blocks, allowing the light to expand in you. Many, many of you have traveled the stars, she tells me. She wants you to remember what it's like to hear the beautiful orchestra of the starlight. She's directing me now to encourage you to breathe in light, send it out to all those who are afraid. You may know some people, you may be that person. But imagine, as you give, so do you receive, that as you give from the courage of opening your heart and having faith, of being on a trajectory of being the blessing, that you also give this to another and then another. And in the process, your heart opens, your energy opens, your kindnesses, your powers, your gifts open. And you begin to receive the blessings of communication through the light. You begin to receive the blessings of your own soul's brilliance and light. You receive the blessings of connection, connectivity. You connect to the love that's being transmitted from the dimensions that are beyond the earth. The many, many beings who are there singing to you, calling you to higher vibrations of light within your own soul, reminding you that you are multidimensional, reminding you that you are amazingly beautiful and light-filled. This one is creating an image. I'm just holding a brush of a doorway for each one of us to access our inner beauty, to access the reassurance from the divine, to access our angels and helpers, and the place within ourselves who's dreaming an amazing adventure. An adventure of falling asleep and waking back up. Waking up the souls of many. Waking up a species. As this pink light comes in, I want you to tune into the vibration of unconditional love. Imagine this rose pink energy just flooding your body and your mind and your heart, that it's being projected to you from your own soul, from Great Spirit, from the divine, Many, many beautiful beings of light. As I paint, I'm reminded of freedom too. Be free to make broad strokes in our world through love. And sometimes all that's required is to work with that energy of heart and good intentions and forgivenesses. It's a good time to forgive mistakes, things you've held against yourself or another. It's a good time to clear any of that from your field, from your thoughts, from your bodies, so that your evolution is grace-filled. It's a good time to release any energies that you felt have limited you or been born of anger or resentment, jealousy. The thing of jealousy sure does feel like it's been up a lot on our planet. A lot of people. So it's a really good thing to do your best to just set an intention that through this painting and the journey that you're on is that is just dissolving away, that you can have grace, you can have wisdom, that you can release any attachments to challenging angers or hurts or irritations. It's time to let it go. We don't have any room in our universe for that. That's what's made us sick. It's time to honor or shift and be here to say, I am truly love, as are you. To bring that medicine in for our country and for our world, for those around the planet. Imagine it. We actually send that out to the universe as we connect this way. I'm excited to turn this around to you so you can see it a little more clearly and give you a little brief peek as to what's coming through to you from this ancient one, this timeless one. She says hello. I'm going to work on her some more to bring that in, but she wants to have a good look at her since there's some light shining off the canvas I see. She's bringing you pure, loving light. We're bringing some more good energy of illumination through. I feel so many masters here. Tune in, folks. Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Guadalupe, Ganesha, all the divine ones I've been working with for a while that are here for you. Many, many, many beings. So I'm working on her crown here. I feel feather medicine, eagle medicine. Turn that up there. If you don't know what eagle medicine is, it's considered the medicine of Great Spirit, the medicine of being able to see from a higher perspective, the medicine of the divine. Imagine that's part of the medicine that's coming into us from this energy, from this beautiful being of light. She is flowing all that to each and every one of us. It's time to jump our attention to the invisible world, to give us a reflection of all that we've been desiring, that it's actually there. This is just about tapping in, folks, to a new expanded version of ourselves. Actually, my guides are kind of correcting me over there, saying, no, this is an eternal version of yourself. It's a new landscape you're dreaming up. You think you've never been here. Well, some ways this is true. In other ways, this evolution is eternally a journey of being rebirthed. Your hearts are one of the most powerful tools you have to tap into the medicine of your heart, to tap into the power of unconditional love. Your true GPS device is your heart. It's your soul's GPS. We cannot reiterate enough that there is the power beyond an atomic bomb or any weapon we have on this planet that is from the heart. It is part of where we will get the answers, the inspirations, and the unity required to transcend limited realities. This is the time to work with heart medicine. Call to your heart spaces to be courageous and filled with light. So to all you creative people, and guess what? You all are. You're being called to be creative, to step outside of the old boxes, to know yourself and to be true to this energy of doing things in a new and different way. Trusting that your creativity is the path that brings answers. It's the path that brings new visions. It's the path that brings a new language of how to operate. It's the path that brings healing. So bringing in that green energy now to go with these blues and violets. This is all heart medicine coming in now. Awaken those heart chakras. Be courageous. You know, you're the spiritual warrior you've been calling on. It's waking you up. And you got lots of spiritual warriors right beside you. Right here, right now. Some of you might tell I might have wanted to be a preacher in another life. I'm feeling like one a little bit right now, which is all right. I'll bring in some star language in just a second. First, these green energies want to weave in with these other colors of violets and blues, purples. Bring in a high vibration overlaying that helps us to actually integrate the words and the imagery into a healing. I encourage all of you, whether you think you draw or not, to get some colors out, to get some crafts, to get some clay, and allow yourself to play, to be childlike, to nourish that in yourself, to nourish that in one another. take a class. I keep feeling this beautiful sculptor in town, Lori Acott. She's got some great stuff going on. Lori, if you're here, hello. And if you're not in this transmission, I'm hoping that people will get hold of you and connect to perhaps your classes when it's time, or some of the fun that you have to share. So we need to bring this energy into form through color, through things we make with our hands, food, good food, folks, really good food. It's kind of, that's another thing we need to be doing, is eating good food. I get on my bandwagon here, folks. Will change your life. Immune system is your best bet to staying healthy here, so eat good food. Goes the dog again. She wants to talk. There's things to say, but this star goddess is reminding us to smile, laugh, tell stories that make us turn to the light, that remind us to dream, to set our intentions on good dreams. Okay, and bring some illumination in with some light. Sorry you can't see that because of the lights that are bouncing off of here, but I'll be turning it around to you soon. Sophie. Sophie. She wants to make a noise. There's a neighborhood. Hey. She doesn't like it that she can't go out yet, folks. So bringing this energy here, we're moving toward the end of probably our life, pain, and peace. I'll see if I'm being called to continue to work on it. I'm not done yet, so don't go away. But bringing in some energy symbols to disperse the light, to disperse energy and consciousness. To bring in some star codes in just a second. It's like the dogs are all talking to each other and they know there's a party going on in here. Okay, here's a little peek view where we are now. Just bringing in more color, more light. Definitely some healing energy. And those greens are also coming in to remind us of the healing power of planet Earth. She has our keys and our answers here, folks. We need to respect her and return to what she has to give us. Some of you may be already. See if as these symbols come in, if you can feel the energy shifting upwards. the star codes and language that are coming through. Oh, my dog wants to talk, that was for sure. I know, it's hard, Sophie. It's all right. All right. When I stop talking, I know we're toward the end. Isn't that funny? Sure, there's a lot more that we can say, but we'll get into time of quiet, and except for the dogs. As I'm finishing up and bringing these symbols, I'm being reminded of something that you can do to take care of yourself every day on an energetic level. And that is to focus on the color emerald green, and then to create an octahedron around you and over your home, wherever your place of business is, any object, any person that you want to have protected. Now, an octahedron is two four-sided pyramids put together at the base. And I like to outline it in electric green. It brings in the electric green. I mean emerald green. It's bringing in this energy of heart medicine and the emerald ray, some of the energy we need right now vibrationally. And it is very protective. It is very healing. We need to program that to dissolve anything that's not love, whether it be in our own selves, in our own awareness, or whether it be in that of the world. Protection is truly moving to the vibration of love, to the highest vibes that you can imagine. And yet, judgment, fear, trauma oftentimes throws us right back into that which creates suffering. So this meditation, visualization, and practice is one that energetically is going to help support you in shifting up and shifting out of these lower base habits of being afraid of what might happen to you. Helps put you more in the present moment and helps you to move toward the light and possibility and dreaming a future that is born only of love, which I highly, 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 highly am encouraging for each and every one of you, myself, for all of us. Meditate. Look for light. Look for love in self and other. Almost ready for you to see what I've done a little more clearly. Okay, I'm going to turn this around for you to see real quick, hopefully. And then I will do a little more details on it before I snap a shot of it. But here's our beautiful guide, helper, angel who's come in. If I can figure out how to turn this around. There we go. She is watching over us along with many, many angels, guides, helpers to support you, to clear the field of low frequency energies we call fear and trauma, to inspire you to move to your heart, to remember that you are a divine being of light. You've got lots and lots and lots of helpers. When I get a better, clear name besides Madre or Mona, we will see what we can do to bring that in for you. And I'm going to snap a photo and stick up online for you to enjoy. Feel free to download it to enjoy for yourself. And for those of you who care, I'll get some other pictures made of it once I'm completely finished. And we'll make sure that they're available to you. So the message is love, light, heart. Work with the emerald green ray. Work with all your tools. Be hopeful. And we're going to continue to put inspirations online through my Facebook page and on my website at katherineskaggs.com for you to be heart-centered, for you to be courageous in love, for you to know that you are taken care of, that we together are making this change, that we together are the change that needs to happen. So be courageous through love. Be courageous through your kindnesses. And know that we are moving to greater harmony with grace. I thank you very much for joining me. I love you all very much. Thank you.